Hey everyone, and welcome to Jokes and Joysticks. I'm your host, Zach Funk, and on this new series, we're going to be playing games with other comedians, talking about comedy, their interests, their lives, and just having a good time gaming. Today, I'm joined by my good friend, Amanda Averell.
Hello!
Glad to have you here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so stoked to talk about things in my different nerddoms and comedy.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
It should be a lot of fun. Amanda is a proud Disney adult.
Proud Disney adult. Yes, I know. Hello, Vivi.
So we're going to be sticking with some Disney games today. Yes, Vivi's the dog who's hanging out with us today.
Vivi is our co-producer. She wants all the producer credits, but she's very hands-on in production. So I'm a proud Disney adult, Star Wars nerd.
Yeah.
Comedian, podcast host, all those things.
Yeah, thank you for being here. So you requested me to play Darkwing Duck.
I did request Darkwing Duck because out of the Disney afternoon block of cartoons, Darkwing was my favorite. It is also like one of the I don't own a Darkwing Duck t-shirt right now.
Ooh, we gotta fix that.
So we have to fix that. So if there's anybody out there who wants to just send me a Darkwing Duck t-shirt, that would be delightful. Because, you know, when there's trouble, you call DW.
That's true. Now, have you watched the modern DuckTales show?
So I've watched a couple episodes of it because I am a fan of David Tennant. And I thought it was good. Because, they had, who's in it? Like, Daniel Pootie's in it. I think Bobby Moynihan is one of the other voices.
The cast is amazing.
The voice cast is amazing. They did 3 seasons of it, and then it got canceled. But then, the weird thing is, so I'm a super Disney adult because, not only do I like the shows and the movies, I love the theme parks. I'm a big theme park fan. And in Epcot, which is my favorite theme park, because I am a freaking nerd, okay? They have this thing, because Epcot's, considered more of an adult park. It's got edutainment.
It's got probably more booze.
Well, it has more booze than any other park for sure. But you can walk around what they call the World Showcase and visit all these different countries, which if you are a young child who cannot imbibe in booze and your parents aren't going to buy you a snack or something neat in every country to eat or try or anything like that, it can be kind of boring because a lot of it is educational videos. Like in Canada, they had a video that was narrated by because I have to make this a present time reference. Schitt's Creek superstars themselves, Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara. Yes, I know it's SCTV, but I mean, I had to make it for current people because I'm a nerd. But they have those things. But in Epcot, it was Phineas and Ferb for a while.
Are they Canadian?
They're not, but you can go around. Well, Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy are.
Well, I know that, but Phineas and Ferb are not Canadian.
They're not. But you go around the World Showcase and you solve a mystery and stuff. And they recently just came out with a DuckTales one for kids to do. You go to different countries, you find different things, you do different little tasks, and you get little tiny rewards like stickers and stuff like that to make those countries more interesting and entertaining for kids to visit. Because Epcot is generally not a park that children always enjoy, at least the World Showcase part of it.
It was my favorite.
It was my favorite too. Well, that and MGM / Disney's Hollywood Studios, because I am also a film nerd and always have been as well. So that was the kind of thing for me that I enjoyed.
So I had asked about the DuckTales because I don't know how much you watched. They did bring Darkwing Duck into the DuckTales show.
They did, because they were planning on doing it as a reboot as well. I don't know what the current status of that is, if that's still going to happen or not.
And how they brought in, the way they did, the Darkwing Duck reboot thing, and having Jim Cummings come back, playing the original Darkwing Duck, who then becomes Negaduck because he's no longer Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
It was very, very well done.
I did not see that episode, but I know a lot about it.
Okay, we'll have to hang out and watch that sometime.
I know.
So have you ever played the Darkwing Duck game before? This is me with the controller right now.
Yeah, I've never played the Darkwing Duck game. I've never played any of the Disney afternoon games, like the Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, or DuckTales games. The one game that I did play whenever I was younger, I believe I played Lion King for a minute because I feel like everybody played that game, and I've watched a lot of like online videos. It was
like in your contractual childhood.
I think so. But the game that I used to play was The Great Circus Mystery starring Mickey and Minnie. That was the game that I had on SNES when I was a kid. We rented it so much from Giant Eagle Video that we then purchased it. We purchased
now we should explain, back in the day, children, you had to temporarily get your video games from the grocery store.
Exactly. Like I didn't even have a Blockbuster that was close enough nearby. I had to go to the grocery store. So when my mom was picking up like I don't know. I ate a lot of chocolate Jello pudding as a kid. The homemade stuff, not the prepackaged stuff. Or like Yoplait yogurts or whatever. Like whenever we went grocery shopping, we also got video games and movies because we're cool. My mom was cool. My mom is like, it's so weird to think about.
She's good people.
Yeah, my mom's good people, but she's also like a cool lady. Like whenever I was 10 for my 10th birthday, she rented us the movie Congo to watch. And then we went to a grocery store that is no longer there. It's called America. It was called America, and it was very nearby.
Just America?
Yes, it's weird.
Like America the store.
But it was spelled with like 2 A's at the end. It was weird. But they were like a Whole Foods before Whole Foods existed type of a thing.
Okay.
Like they had like different fancier groceries, right? So we went there for my 10th birthday and bought a bunch of like pizza dough and toppings, and we all made homemade pizzas.
That sounds
the
really
people
fun.
I had over for a sleepover, we watched the movie Congo. Because, it was 1995. What other movies would come out that year? Who knows? Maybe a small film called Clueless that my friends later would rent and watch because they were all cooler than me. But no, Congo, that was where it was at. Just watching the Michael Crichton adapted books.
I mean, you do get to see an ape kill Bruce Campbell, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I mean, I've seen the clip on YouTube, but I have not seen the actual film.
Congo, that's a film that I want to see how it aged because of the technological aspects of the film.
Was it Community that had the Congo theme dance for one episode? There was some sitcom. No, it was AP Bio.
I've not gotten into AP Bio
it's
yet.
So good, but yeah, they had to pick like a theme for a dance, and someone suggests the movie Congo.
That's amazing.
And they do a Congo themed dance.
So, speaking of themed dances, I'm coming up on my 20th high school reunion because I'm old.
Same here.
And our prom theme was the song "Time of Your Life" from Dirty Dancing. That movie came out in 1987. I graduated in 2003. I don't understand why my class had the nostalgia for that.
I think that's a very Pittsburgh thing. To be like, oh yes, here's this thing that like our parents were nostalgic for, so it's just our thing now too.
It was so weird. Like I'd watched the movie Dirty Dancing a bunch because it was one of my mom's favorite movies, and she loved, Patrick Swayze, as most women are wont to do. My personal favorite Patrick Swayze movie was always To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. You can have your Roadhouse if you want, but a drag queen Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, and John Leguizamo? Like, come on. That is quintessentially that. And I hate to like be this way, but it's like I don't feel like you could make that movie today, only because one, you would want actual drag queens portraying those roles. So like I'm gonna say it now. Instead of Wesley Snipes, you cast Bob the drag queen in that role. There's so many other great performers you could cast in those things. And I believe RuPaul actually does make an appearance in that movie, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, RuPaul was a thing back then.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, because RuPaul had that talk show on VH1 in like the 90s and aughts that was actually pretty interesting. But like, I feel like you would want to cast performers who were drag performers, and there's such a bevy of them now that are hitting like mainstream popularity, but also like, that there's a bunch of like, people who would think that it would be super political, and whenever you go, hey, we're remaking something that you showed your kid in 1995.
Exactly.
I think that people would like break their brains over that idea.
So we are in, first week of January of the year.
Yeah.
How was your comedy year last year?
So last year was pretty good comedy-wise. I feel like I think that in 2022, things were starting to come back. Like I did a few festivals, I went to Alaska for comedy for the Alaska Before You Die Festival, which was amazing. Up in Anchorage. That's the furthest I've ever traveled for comedy so far. You know, there's still Europe to conquer and Australia. But that was really a lot of fun. I traveled to... What other festivals did I do last year? I don't even remember. I did Rubber City Festival. I didn't do like a...
And where's Rubber City again?
Rubber City is Akron, Ohio. But I also like just did comedy in a couple new cities. Like I went to Indianapolis and did comedy there because one of the few cities I hadn't done comedy in yet. I did that around the end of the year. But yeah, I did more. I obviously did more shows than in 2021.
Yeah.
And more shows than in 2020. But I feel like it was starting to come back, but it's not quite fully there yet.
Okay.
Like, there was a point in time in, like, 2018 and 2019 where I was doing, like, shows Thursday through Sunday and sometimes, like, 2 to 3 to 4 a night.
Yeah.
So, it's not quite at that level yet, but it's on its way back, which is nice.
Cool. Well, I'm going to pass the controller to you. I've beaten one of the levels.
Oh, God. What do I do?
So basically your main two buttons are going to be, I believe, the square and the circle.
Okay, so that's the square and that's the circle. This is the X.
X and circle.
X and circle. Okay.
Well, you'll figure out. This was an original Nintendo game, so you only really have to worry about two buttons.
Okay.
So right now, you've got two levels to pick from.
Okay.
So hit X, and it'll tell you what's going on in the level. See, Wolf Duck and his henchmen are rampaging through the center of the city. Be careful. Wolf Duck goes berserk when the moon comes out. Do you want to go there? And then you can...
Do you want to go there? I would like to go there. A would be...
So I think... so X is A. So the
X
other
is
one,
A.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I guess you're going there. Unless that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, that is what I want to do. Yes, I want to go there.
All right.
Thank you, Launchpad.
Yes.
Also, between Launchpad and Baloo, I'm not sure who has, like, a bigger cannon.
Yeah.
Okay, so I use the arrow to move.
Yeah, play around the
A
button.
jumps. That does nothing.
So try square that.
The square?
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, yeah, square does things.
Yeah, I got my buttons mixed up. So those rooftops, you can grab onto those rooftops.
Okay.
And then jump up to get like the diamond thing.
Oh, cool. Ooh, yeah, give me some diamonds.
Yeah, but yeah, this game is pretty, because these were Capcom games.
Yeah.
So they're pretty
as was the Disney game that I'm talking about. Oh, you can't jump on the things to kill them. See,
you gotta shoot them.
That's the thing that I'm not.
Also, if you want to be really cheap, if you use this left top button, you can rewind. That's a feature they added, for people that are bad like me.
I'm terrible at video games. I want to kill this guy. Oh, I killed a thing.
Yep.
I'm so proud of me. Jump over the banana peel. Kill a thing.
So the way this game works, it's pretty much a reskin Mega Man.
Oh.
Have you ever played the Mega Man games?
I'm familiar with Mega Man.
Yeah,
sure.
like the way the graphics look, the way you shoot, the controls. It's very much just a Mega Man game, kind of with like Disney pixels.
What's the deal with this wheel?
So jump on it, and then stay on top of it.
Oh no!
Those are spikes. Well, if you go back, back, it'll come back.
Do I rewind?
You don't have to rewind. Just go over here and then come back.
I have to delete myself. No. Oh, no fair! I should be able to shoot past that car. There's banana peels. Shh! Oh, don't swear. I want to make sure that this is child friendly.
Yep. So there you go. Now you got that. Yeah. No. I had a fun.
I was trying. I'm bad at.
It's okay.
Video games.
It doesn't matter.
My sister has always been the one who's better at video games than I am. I don't know if it's that I just don't have like the hand-eye coordination, or I'm just like a button masher, which is very possible.
Yeah, the important thing is you have fun. That's all that really matters.
Oh man,
yeah.
I'm just here to have fun.
Yeah, I did some new traveling this past year myself. That was a lot of fun.
You went to Snow Jam, didn't you?
Yeah, did Snow Jam in South Dakota. Did a festival in Los Angeles, Portland, Maine. Ran some stuff here locally that didn't pan out how I wanted it to, but that's part of comedy.
I feel like that's part of comedy, just overall, not even like a pandemic type thing.
Yeah.
I think that like the problem with comedy is that like a lot of places, they're like wanting to have it, but they just don't know how, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, they don't know how to market it because it's like, I like to use the music comparison a lot. Music's easy to market.
Yeah, music is very easy to market. And music, generally, like...
You don't have to keep jumping, you can just walk on it.
Oh, I can walk on it? Oh, I didn't... Get me off the spikes. Yeah. Oh, God dang.
Anyway, you were saying.
I feel like with music, so I feel like there's an oversaturation with comedy, right? Like, the thing is like, if you're a good comic, you're doing shows like every weekend or so. Like, and sometimes multiple shows a weekend. So it's great to like build a base, but like a base of fans. Am I gonna go through the door?
Nope, jump up. And then jump up again.
Okay. Oh man,
Also, if you hold up like that, you can block shots.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing that now. I'm blocking. Okay. That's actually like the square button. Oh, kind of.
I think it's just hitting up. I think it's just hitting up.
Yeah, it is just hitting up. Okay. Oh, God damn it.
It's okay.
I'm terrible at this.
You are Darkwing Duck.
I am Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck is also kind of terrible at what he does sometimes.
You shut your mouth.
I mean, he gets the job done, but he's not exactly the most skilled. You know, he has that, like, kind of, did you ever watch Get Smart?
I watch Get Smart and Inspector Gadget.
Yeah,
yes.
like all those kind of things. You know, these successful bumbling detectives.
The bumbling detective is a great. I love that kind of like genre of film.
So it's a very solid trope.
It is a very good trope. Oh, God damn it! I'm not good at.
Just keep pace with it.
I'm
next
trying.
time.
I'm not good at pacing. Not good at anything. No. This is a trap. This spot's a trap, okay?
Do you want to play a different game?
No, I want you to win this level for me.
Okay, I will do my best. Because the controller has been passed.
It seems like that one spot is kind of a trap because there's the flying thing, and then you land on the van, but there's a banana peel on the top of the van, and then there's a shooting guy next to it.
And who throws banana peels on top of vans?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's littering. I feel like they're just like left over from a Mario game. They're like, we know that you recognize this object. That little helicopter dude is
he got me too.
Yeah, he's dangerous.
He's very
He is the dangerous.
We are getting dangerous.
He is getting dangerous. But yeah, I feel like the thing in comedy is that like with bands, I feel like you play maybe 1 to 2 gigs a month. Mm-hmm. And you can repeat your material.
Yep.
And people don't get mad about it.
People want to hear
the greatest hits, whereas with comedy, it's very much the opposite. Like, they want to hear new stuff all the time, which I feel like with the inundation of TikTok makes it very difficult because, like, you know, you had, like, the rate at which you have to turn your material over is so different now.
Are you on the TikTok? I am not.
I am on TikTok, but I don't post any comedy clips on TikTok, really. I've done a couple videos where I talk about Disney things and a couple of videos where I just see weird stuff in public and talk about it. And I've gotten 1,000 views, you guys. So, I mean, that makes me feel real special. One whole 1,000 views. Actually, I could go and see. I did a video the other day. We will see how that video is performing. I actually get better.
Now, the music thing also gets tricky too because, like, you can bust out a cover if you need to. There's a lot more you can do to like appease your audience.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, but like there's different constraints and expectations, right? Like generally, like your audience knows what they're coming to see whenever they see a band. Like even if it's just genre, right? But if you see my name on a poster, you don't know what kind of comedy I'm doing. Like, you don't know anything about me other than my name, unless you've heard me before. But if you see that,
that turtle! Sorry, that was a very violent turtle. I'm reminding.
Turtles are very violent. I feel like turtles are underestimated for their violence. But I feel like if you go to like a bar on like a jazz night, then you know you're gonna see a jazz performer.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can't go to a bar on a comedy night and, like, expect to see, you know, like, every bar would have to have a different style of comedy night. Like, you'd have to have clean comedy night, which is, you know, very hard to define for a lot of people as it is, just because they're like, well, what is clean comedy? And it's like, sometimes it's not swearing, sometimes it's nothing remotely suggestive or political or anything else at all. And then, like, you know, blue comedy. What is that? Like, it would just be.
That's where you look for clues during comedy, correct?
Yeah. You do. You sit in a big chair. You have your notebook, which is pretty typical.
Yeah, gotta have that notebook.
Of any comedy. You know.
I decided not to try to fight the turtles. And no, this balloon's escaping.
You're so much better at this than I am. I know that there's a learning curve. Like, I just don't play video games enough to, like, have that hand-eye coordination, especially now, because I'm old. But, yeah. It's one of those things where, like, man, if you don't use it, you lose it. Yeah. For sure. Well, give me a good Wordle puzzle game, though. I got that on lock. I can do a crossword in, like, 30 seconds. It's pretty great. The mini crossword, though. Let's not impress upon anybody that I'm actually smart.
You're fine.
I make do. I make do. I was talking the other day to my partner about it, and I was like, you know, I forget who said it, and I think it was said about comedians. It's like there are some comedians who are smart but play dumb, and then there are other comedians who think they are smart but are actually dumb. Like, there's that, like, difference in comedy.
Definitely.
And it's one of those things, it's like, I don't know. And sometimes I don't know which I am, which is the problem.
I think you are certainly smarter than you give yourself credit for.
Thank you, Zach. I will take that. I'll take that compliment. That is a goal for this year. Take compliments. That's a goal every year, and I'm terrible at it.
You laugh at my weird history jokes, and not just because you're my friend. So that takes a certain level of knowledge.
I've also made very odd periodic table jokes that nobody understands except for me. And that's pretty great considering I have very little science background. And it's like, oh, good. We also all dropped out of AP Chem. That's nice.
I can never get moles down.
I just don't understand. I've thought of chemistry a lot like math in high school, like the equation-based thing, because I was all right at math, but then, like, the equations never made sense, and I'm like, okay, I can't think of it this way, and my brain just, like, kind of broke around it.
Yeah, it's like, I can get, like, the basic, like, concepts of stuff.
Yeah. I also think it was, like, kind of weird for me personally, because, like, so, this is really going to date us. For any of the younger audience members out there, including you, Vivi, I'm sorry. But do you remember where you were on 9/11? Yeah, I was in chemistry class. I was in an honors chemistry class, and I'm just kind of like, okay, I don't think I can focus in this class anymore. Yeah. So I think that might have also been a problem with my chemistry. It's just like, I don't know why this is hard for me.
I mean,
but I'm having trouble focusing.
I don't know. To me, I think a science room is the right room to be in that day, because that way, like, you have an expert there to tell you whether jet fuel can melt steel beams or not.
I don't think that they were telling me much of anything. They just kind of turned on the classroom TV, and we were just like, oh shit, we saw a building on fire. Yeah.
So otherwise, you also host, because we're going to transitions, you also host,
I mean, there's no better transition than 9/11.
Yeah. You also host a podcast called Snack Life.
I do host a podcast called Snack Life. I guess we're going to do it in seasons, because that's the way that my life has kind of turned out. I wanted to make it more of a constantly having a new episode thing, but we are returning very soon.
Okay.
I have a couple... I'm recording 2 episodes tomorrow. I have another episode recorded. I want to kind of bank a couple episodes just in case. Yeah. Because that was the problem before, is that I did have some banked. And then I was unable to record them just because of a bunch of things. And that'll be one of the episodes of the podcast. We're going to talk about some of the impingements on recording. I think I can talk about this with you here as well as tomorrow on my episode. So you might get a little crossover with both, but like, I feel like you can bank episodes for so long, right? Yeah. But as soon as you fall out of the groove of recording, it's so hard to get back into that groove of like recording like weekly or anything.
I completely agree. That's one of the reasons like Joe and I have to make it a point to, if not record every week, at minimum record every 2 weeks, and then try to bank some stuff. Like we recorded 2 episodes for our thing yesterday. We're doing this today.
Yeah.
So we potentially have 3 things recorded in 2 days, and we do 1 a week.
Yeah. See, I was releasing an episode a week, and I was generally recording 2 episodes at a time. So then I could record, like, every other week and have a little bit of stuff banked. But then, like, you know, a lot of it was just, like, life got in the way. And I feel like if you're not on a, like, if you're on a homogenized schedule to where you are working, like, a 9 to 5 and you know that, like, every, you know, Wednesday night you don't have anything to do, so that's when you put in your podcast recording.
Yeah.
Then it's a little bit easier, but I know that with the stuff that you do in addition to comedy and everything, and the stuff that I do in addition to comedy and everything else, like, our schedules are not homogenized one bit whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, we very much run, like, I know you're not on that, like, 1099 lifestyle, but you're definitely on, like, an unconventional, you know,
yeah,
you're on an unconventional schedule, whereas my schedule's more 1099 in its unconventional, because I've got, like, you know, clients and independent contracting gigs and stuff like that that'll occasionally pop up to where it's like, oh, I need this thing to be done today. Oh, cool. Thank you for telling me this morning.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just one of those things to where it's like sometimes you have to alter your schedule, or like you get called in to do a thing or something like that. Like my other main gig is babysitting my sister's kids. Sometimes my sister might get called into work and I have to go babysit on a day where I had stuff planned.
Yeah.
So, you know, it doesn't always work out that way.
Now,
So.
do you want to switch up to Rescue Rangers? Because that has 2-player co-op.
Let's try the Rescue Rangers, because I'm very much more used to 2-player games than 1-player. Also, I will need someone to rescue me in the games. Like, I think it's pretty obvious that I'm not. Also, did you see to pull back a little bit more? Firstly, yes, I own a Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers t-shirt. Secondly, did you see the new Rescue Rangers movie?
It was fun.
Oh my gosh, was that so much fun? It was so much fun. There was so much pop culture in it. It was very much like made for, it was very much made for people who watched the show as a kid and who also have that knowledge of, like, that 80s and 90s pop culture thing. Like, I'm so glad that it wasn't a conventional reboot in the sense of a reboot.
Yeah, no, it was very heavy on the meta. Okay, so I am Chip.
I'm Dale.
Look at this jump.
That's such a weird thing for me, because I'm never Dale. I'm a Chip. I identify as a Chip personally. Oh no, you can throw me. You can totally throw me. Oh, I got that thing, whatever that is. Oh, you got those two. Oh no, that apple needed to be up there. Look at those cacti.
So yeah, so if you use the other button, you can pick up like blocks and throw them.
But I want to get these things. Oh no, I'm down.
Yeah. I hit you with a block and it stunned you, and then you got bit by a mechanical dog.
No, that's not fair. How do I? Oh no. Oh, okay. I got a block now.
Yeah.
Oh, and I can jump with the block. That's cool. I want to throw it. Oh no! I must have landed on a cactus.
You did, but look, now you're.
No,
I'm
on the apple. That's great.
Together.
Ah! All right, I'm dead.
And now you're
back. I'm back again. And
just hit the button and your blue will pop.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. They do that like weird kind of. I don't know how to explain it. You stole those. You son of a bitch.
Yeah. Whoosh.
Now you're, you know, hunting down all that glory. Knocking up Olivia Munn. Dale, that's what you're doing. Or Chip. This Chip. Chip's nose is like a chocolate chip. That's how you remember. I fell! Okay. I wanted to try and lift the block.
Ah! I fell too!
I wanted to lift the block so I could get the dog. But
well, there'll be more things up here to...
Hopefully.
Well, now the dog's gone.
Yeah, good. Alright. I wasn't sure I could walk on that and it wouldn't electrocute me. Oh, yeah! Another character!
Yeah, see...
Hell yeah! Character's unlocked.
Yeah, he'll just fly. He's like
there's the electric shock that hits.
Yeah, he's like a boost. He'll fly around and beat up enemies.
Oh, cool. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh no, you died. Okay.
Yep. And then if you hold down and hit the jump button, you can like go through the thing.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you. The rebound to that block took me out.
Oh, great.
That's some bullshit.
My friend, when I was a kid, my friend John had this game, so I remember playing this a
lot.
Oh
no, I fell.
At his house.
You're going way too fast. My balloon can't even catch up to you.
Unless you ran out of lives.
That's also very possible. I don't know how many lives you get.
I don't either, but we'll find out when I die next, probably.
You got three little hearts left. You've got at least 3 chances to... Oh, can you not throw the metal ones?
No, those just...
Oh, they just kind of fall.
Yeah, but you can, you can still hit enemies with them, and you can, like, make
stairs
out of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like the smart thing to do is to make stairs out of those, especially over those electrical wires.
So, otherwise...
Can I tell you a weird thing video game was?
Go ahead, yeah, we're all about weird video games.
My sister and I are very close in age. We're like 18 months apart, so... and we have a lot of similar interests. She's also a Disney adult. She's not in... She'll watch a Star Wars, but isn't into Star Wars. She's a Harry Potter fan. I am not, so that's our big difference. She's blonde, I'm brunette. We are like polar opposites in that degree. She is the Dale, I am the Chip. But in video games, whenever we were younger, all the Super Mario games we played, like Mario Kart, well, maybe not Mario Kart, but any of like the Mario games, she always was Mario. And I was always Luigi, even though I was the older sibling. So I feel like that just kind of explains where I am video game wise. Is that like I knew I was so not good at video games, I just relented and let my younger sister be Mario all the time. Also, Luigi was taller, and I'm taller, so that's why.
Better, too.
He could jump better. Although Mario had that ass, and my sister has a butt, and I do not have a butt. Mine, it's like I'm built like the International House of Pancakes. It's not good. It's internationally known, but it is not good or fluffy in any way. It's not.
All right. So before we wrap up, you said you wanted to do some Lion King as well.
So I do want to try some Lion King.
Okay.
I think Lion King is one player.
It is, but we can...
Aladdin and Lion King.
And Jungle Book.
And Jungle Book?
And it's got, like, multiple versions. Like, it's got the Genesis version, it's got the Super Nintendo version. I really, really enjoy these collections different companies have been putting out. They collect various versions. Like, one of my favorite things I played this past year was the Cowabunga collection that collects all the old Turtles games.
Nice. So where... and all 3 of these are Capcom as well, I believe.
I mean, they're all from the same studio, at least.
Yeah. I want to say Lion King was Capcom. But, like, where are you streaming the games from? Have you let your listeners know, like, oh, this is where I've got these collections?
I mean, this is all PlayStation Network, my PlayStation 5.
Okay, there we go. See, that's so that way they can play along and be like, oh my god, these comedians, they're not very good at this video game.
No, we are not good.
No, we're not good at video games.
Which is actually the staple of the Is It Worth the Sandwich channel, so it works out.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. So console N, I believe, means Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
Console S means Genesis.
Yeah.
You got the Japanese version.
The Japanese version looks like it's in a weird bit, comparatively.
Well...
Like, that's clear. That looks like a 16-bit.
Yeah. So
and then the other one looks like... The Japanese version looks like an 8-bit.
Yeah. It might just be that moment, too. So do you want to play the Genesis or Super Nintendo version?
So I grew up with the SNES and the N64, so right. I am a little biased.
All right, well, here you go.
Okay.
So hit the X button to play.
Okay. It feels so weird on a PlayStation controller.
It is. It's very peculiar.
Like, the games that I played growing up were Super Nintendo games and, like, some N64 games, but then I got really into, like, Tiger Woods 2 on, like, the PlayStation 2. Like, for some reason, I was really good at the golf game, and I'm like, oh, this is my game for me! And I'm like, I don't like that this is the game for me. The circle of life.
It starts.
Alright, but did they... See, they should have gotten, Nathan Lane to do the voices. Okay. Jump. Roar. Nothing. Jump.
It looks like your roar is to recharge, maybe. Yeah. Roar. See up in the corner there.
Yeah.
Get him, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Well, it was Jonathan Taylor Thomas for the child version, but then it was Matthew Broderick for the.
Yeah, and you're currently Jonathan Taylor Thomas Lion.
What do I do?
Try jumping on him, maybe.
Jump. Here's your. Oh, okay. All right. See that? Oh, I can't jump on you because you're spiky.
Now you can jump on him.
Now I can jump on him. Ah. Okay. All right.
Assert your dominance as king. Oh no! Oh, no! You're cosplaying as your dad!
one thing, I forget what it was, if it was an Honest trailer or something, but it was like Honest trailer of The Lion King, and they were singing the song, I Just Can't Wait to Be King, but they changed the lyrics to like, I just can't wait till my dad dies. And I'm like, okay, this is, I want to yell at you. How do I jump? I want to jump on. Okay. Oh, I can eat that. Can I eat that? Yeah.
You collected it at least.
Okay. Well, it's a bug. He eats. He's the only lion that is like an herbivore.
Yeah. I mean, bugs are not plants, though. To be clear.
Yeah, that's true. He's not. You know what I mean, though. He's not as carnivorous. That's always a weird thing that they talk about in the movie, right? Because like Timon and Pumbaa are initially terrified that they're gonna get eaten by him.
You can just jump on him. Remember, he's not.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He doesn't have the spikes.
He does. Well, he does get a spiky nose.
But that doesn't seem
to affect it. Yeah, but yeah, that's a weird thing to think about, right? That like they're like, oh, we're so terrified about him eating us and being this carnivorous creature that's a lion. But you know, he can eat our enemies like bugs. He can eat what we eat. That's cool. We're all right with that. Oh, the spiky guy got me. Not cool.
Oh, got you again.
How did I pounced on him. That was clearly a pounce, dude.
I would have ruled in your favor, but the game.
Come on.
But this is from the era of unforgiving games.
Dude, all the games in the 90s were so unforgiving. This is why I think they created participation trophies for us. They're like, oh man, you got your ass whooped by this shitty video game. Let's try and build that self-esteem up a little bit, bud. It's like you were outsmarted by a little beetle in The Lion King.
So how does one become a Disney adult?
How does one become a Disney adult? So I think that hold on, I'm yelling at this guy.
You have to let your thing charge
up. So I believe that you become a Disney adult in a couple ways. One, you were raised on it. I was very much raised on Disney. My mom took me to Disney World a bunch as a kid. I want to see. Do I have to yell at that guy?
Just jump on him. I mean, the problem is you're running.
He's spiky though.
But he's not as spiky as the other things. He's a horned beetle. Just try jumping.
But
on him.
I tried before.
No, you didn't. You ran into it.
See, no, I jumped on him.
All right, here I'm gonna try.
Okay. So I think that you're either born into it and like you just stick with it. Like I also am a person who went to Disney the year of the Cake Castle. If you're a Disney adult and you know what that is, I think it's the best thing in the entire world. But they made the castle, and I have a photo of it and everything. I think it's a photo of my family in front of it too. But it's a cat. They took like essentially like a bunch of, I think it's like styrofoam. It wasn't blow up stuff because of Orlando's like weather and things. But they made the castle, Cinderella's castle, look like a birthday cake for the 25th anniversary of the park, which is amazing. Oh, you got to jump on him a couple times. See, he still got you.
Well, see, I jumped on him and then he exploded.
Yeah.
And it was the explosion.
Oh, the explosion got you. Okay. But yeah, so they did that, and like that was like one of like the quintessential years of going to Disney for me. And if you're a person who is a Disney adult who knows about the Cake Castle, you either love it or you hate it. And I am in love with the Cake Castle. Okay, I bought the magic band that has the Cake Castle on it. I bought the mug. I'm a huge Cake Castle fan. Shouldn't you get the Simba symbol?
I think I have to go up to a different point to get to it, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
See, probably have to do this.
I wonder.
Oh, the first symbol
that one, yeah.
Well,
or is that just the one?
No, I already hit that. I think that's like the checkpoint.
Oh, that's the save point. Okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, yeah, there really isn't a save point in this. Also, there's nothing directionally telling you where to go.
Of course not.
Across.
Yeah.
And then up. Yeah. Ooh, get that little beetly guy.
Whoosh.
Yeah. There's.
Oh!
Well, I think you're supposed to do that. Oh no, a hyena. Who's it? Wasn't it like Cheech? I know it was Whoopi Goldberg was one of the voices. Wasn't like Cheech Marin or Tommy Chong the other voices?
It's certainly possible.
Other voices? I want to know. I'm gonna look that up.
It's been a long time since I've watched Lion King.
I have to look it up because I am that person. I can't let anything like go in my brain.
Oh, trust me, if we were not recording, I'd be looking it up too.
Let's see here. That's why you have me around. Yeah, it's Shenzi, Bonsai, and Ed, and I knew that.
I think I beat him. Hey, look.
Hell yeah! Everything the light touches, Simba, can be yours. That area over there, well, we haven't developed it yet.
We've only got that under shell corporations. That's how we get around the taxes, Simba.
Let's see. I want to see who did the voices. I'm going on a Disney fandom page. See, just tell me who did the voices of the originals. Yes, Elephant Graveyards. We get it.
Roar at monkeys. That's what it says to do.
You roar at monkeys?
Well, no. The thing there, it said roar at monkeys. I just can't.
Oh, yeah. I remember having to swing on the tail and, like, yeah. I remember this part of the game. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, they kind of act like. Yeah. Anyway. Let's see.
So while you're looking that up,
I am looking that up. They're covering. Okay, yeah. Cheech Marin is Bonsai.
Because I've been to Disney. I've been to.
And Jim Cummings voiced Ed. I was like, I know who does the voice, but I could not.
Now I've been to the one in Florida. I have not been to the one in California. You've been to both, right?
So this was the first time. This in 2022 was the first year I ever went to Disneyland.
Okay.
I went for our friend Rose's birthday. We went for her 40th. Oops, spoiler alert. She's 40. Yeah, I went there and it was. You know how they talk about like. I'm trying to think of the word for it. It was kind of surreal in that, like, everything in Disneyland looked familiar, but it wasn't quite the same as the Disney World that I was used to. It had that, like, uncanny valley thing.
It went to, like, Earth 2.
It was like Earth 2 instead of Earth 616. It was real weird. But yeah, so no, your question. Go ahead. Yes.
Well, no, I was just going to say, as someone who's only been to the one, now that you've been to both, would you say one is superior?
They're just so different from one another.
Okay.
They're very different. Disneyland, so for Disneyland, right? The parks, there's two parks. There's Disneyland Park and then there's Disney's California Adventure, which, boy oh boy, if you're into looking up weird stories, research some of that for yourself. Because it's a lot, and this is a tiny podcast. Like, I could do a whole podcast on that place. But those two parks are literally across a fairway from each other. Like, you can walk from one park to the other. And in Disney World, you're on, like, a campus. You are in the Disney bubble. And that Disney bubble is miles and miles of land and all these resorts and everything like that. Now, Disneyland has a couple resorts, but they're not on property in the same way that Disney Worlds are, and
California is still a free state, whereas lots of Florida is just Disney Incorporated.
Well, it's DeSantis land as well, which isn't always the best either. But I love watching him run on those ostriches. That's great. But
the colors are very like acid trippy.
They are. Those ostriches. The ostriches are the weird part in this level, I think. But also the tree's blue, and that's kind of weird. But but in Disneyland, so whenever we stayed in Disneyland, we stayed at... I
don't know how to make it past this point here.
Or do you just keep rewinding?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, I was literally like, wait, I know I'm not high. Did they put something in my coffee at Starbucks to make me just keep reliving this one moment in this video game? But, no, with Disneyland, like, you walk, the second you're off property, there's a bus stop and a homeless person. And a 24-hour IHOP across the street. There's, like, a little archway that says Disneyland that you walk through, and that's it. Like, you can be driving on the highway and see, like, a monorail and see, like, the Matterhorn and, like, the Guardians of the Galaxy ride there, which used to be a Tower of Terror. Like, you can see all that, but then there's also, like, the McDonald's and, like, all these other, like, non-chain hotels, and just really, it's really weird. Like, there's an In-N-Out burger super close. Whereas, like, in Disney World, there's a very big bubble with its own specialized signs, and they keep everything very insular.
Yeah.
And then once you're out, it takes you a while to get outside of that, to be in, like, Kissimmee and Orlando and that general area where, like, the other things are. So that is a huge difference. The other difference is, too, is, like, you can't walk from one theme park to another as easily. There's multiple modes of transportation in Disney World. It's got 4 parks and 2 water parks as opposed to just, like, 2 parks. It's very different. And you just keep drowning this poor cat.
Listen, okay, there's more than one way to drown a cat.
There's more than one way.
And I'm just experimenting.
Jesus.
And on that note, I think this is probably going to be a good time to wrap up.
Yeah, let's make sure that you let everybody know that animal murder not off the table.
Yeah, Amanda, anything you want to plug? Places people can find you online before we wrap up?
Oh, sure. I am at Amanda Averell on all the social medias. Last name is Averell. Yes, I just signed it with my hands in sign language because I don't know how podcasts work. Speaking of podcasts, you can listen to the Snack Life podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. I also have a Patreon for Snack Life, which is really cool because on that Patreon, I write blog posts about all the food and travels that I do. Some Disney posts, some just like basic general travel posts, some from Alaska, things like that. I also do videos where I try different snacks that are like new or limited edition. I have a really interesting thing coming up because my friend sent me for my birthday, because my birthday is in a few days. My friend sent me a package of like 30 different like Japanese or Korean type snacks. I haven't looked through the whole pamphlet yet, but it like explains everything. So I know I'm going to be doing quite a video series on me trying those.
With literature.
It's so exciting because like I obviously I'm not educated enough in that other language, like in any like Japanese, Korean, or Chinese, anything to be able to read what these packages are. I mean, I know the Kit Kat is a matcha Kit Kat because they're my favorite Kit Kats, and it's apparently a dark matcha Kit Kat, which makes me very excited. You guys have no idea how excited I am over that. But digressing, it's cool because it explains what everything is, and apparently there's like a thing in there that is like a kit to make your own little like ice cream treat.
Okay.
And there's also like there's another kit that's like a like a mixed like drink thing, like a non-alcoholic beverage, like mixed drink thing that they have. So it's really cool. I think it's called like, I forget the name of it offhand, but if you check out my Patreon, subscribe, you'll be able to see me eat all those delicious snacks. It'll be good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No, this has been a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm glad you were my first guest for this segment, and now we're back to trying. Let's see if we can beat this. If I can make it. Nope, I lost there again. Well, thank you for tuning in, folks. We'll see you next time.